as God made me, I have no desire for a mouth at my breast or a pot on the fire. I heed the high voice as I go where I'm sent, to mow down the men who refuse to repent. I'm a scythe in a field full of briars, and they won't call me mother or sister or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. They'll know me as Joe. The courage of Catherine, the flames of the forge, the sword of Saint Michael, the blood of Saint George. I take what I'm given, I follow my truth. I gladly abandon the bloom of my youth. I'm the lashing that falls from the scourge, and they won't call me mother or sister or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. They'll know me as Joe. I fight where God tells me, I never ask why. I bloodied the devil and steal from on high. I kill without consequence, heed no man's law. I sift out the righteous like grain from the straw. I am judgment, and heaven is nigh. And they won't call me mother, or sister, or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. They won't call me mother, or sister, or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. No, they won't call me mother, or sister, or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. No, they won't call me mother, or sister, or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. They won't call me mother, or sister, or wife. They will know me or not. By the strength of my life I will burn with a light of my own. They'll know me as Joe. They'll know me as Joe. Let your
Hello, guys. Here we are for a bit of fun Thursday, final day of September. Good to see you. We have some few things in store today, starting with Jurassic Park. Going to see a movie. Amazon was in some friends there, and then we'll be back for more later tonight as well. So we got Marvel Strike Force all set up for my week away. That we will be doing some mobile streams and such. So we have this all ready to go here. Get some ISOs from the Discord bot or such. We'll get that here momentarily. Start off with a good Jurassic Park. And yeah, just did one more BlueStacks because it was actually a really big download for that other emulator I was looking at and was suggested by other mobile chatter. Last time we played mobile, but some exciting stuff here, so we will check it out. And we'll read a bit more Jurassic Park. Look forward to reading more of that and more Lovecraft stories Tuesday while I am away. From the main desktop will be fine. Got some new characters and such here. New menu, new patch. It's a really big patch I can actually get on my phone yet, so I'm going to have to make room for it later. But BlueStacks is good for now, so we will revisit this in just a little bit here. See if I have around for a couple rounds of Hunt probably today, Medieval Fantasy Thursday stream. So I did want to do some more Shadow of War, Witcher, a little more Dishonored 2, maybe. I might save that for when we come back. I don't know. It's a pretty good space we left off last night, Dishonored 2, so we shall see about that. But some good stuff in either case, and let me just spend the last of this energy here. We'll get back to the main stuff later. And the main thing I want to do is ISOs today, actually, so I'm not too worried about energy and all this other things. But it's still good to spend it when you have it. And we had some really silly Fallout with War because the Heroes for Hire team is extremely OP, so we may be taking a little break from here, trying to maintain our platinum, of course, but War not quite the top priority it has been up to this point because Heroes for Hire is the most broken defense team in the history of the game, so it's pretty unfortunate. But when we get back to that, we shall see. Good Targaryen Alliance. Thanks to Ray for coming chatting the other day. Catch up on the chat and other such in a bit. And yeah, we'll see about that. But glad to lead this Targaryen Alliance for actually 2.5 years now. Got the game on my phone back then, so good fun. Just remind them that we are on Twitch. They can come hang out. We'll post again in Global or such. Anyway, for now though, we have final day of September, celebrating a bit of that. And I was the only one to gift any subs for the channel, but it is still fun. Was able to do that for 1st September streaming. Not the 1st September as a viewer on Twitch, of course. Already got my 7-month subscriber badge, so I've actually been affiliate for 7 months now. That's impressive, but yeah, my badge is actually 7-month sub badge, so we can actually have all the way up to that already. Wow, 7 months coming up to 8 months before long, so really just a matter of getting our final donation here, our final $5 for the next 2 sub badges after the original red and yellow, and we want more Dragon Champions as possible, of course, but the way it goes sometimes, we'll be helping Retreat Center folks and people who actually know it's very simple and easy to sign up for Amazon Prime if you have it for Twitch. A lot of people have that without realizing it and do not sub there, but you know, some are more lazy and silly. Others are more loyal and genuine than others, just how it goes. My experience had plenty of that in the theater world as well. You know, some are more selfish, backstabbers, others more genuinely interested in the good of the whole production, the good of the show, the good of the storytelling. And here we are for our story, our show, our great stuff. So we'll continue on here. Fun stuff in the Dragon Shoes. Glad to get my first little 5 gift subber badge, at least for my own channel. I've always supported good other channels over the last 8 years as a Twitch viewer, but had some good chats. Good Marshmallow event raid last night, for example. Good to chat with him a bit. Good support, and we're going to get that Twitch Guru probably going to come back for some better shout-outs. Shout out our champions, at least. Got to keep them all correct, you know. Streamers supporting streamers, it's a good thing. Same as actors supporting actors and other similar stuff like that. But for now, though, we are looking good for 7 months subscriber badge, 5 gift subs, 1st September, final day. Let's enjoy a bit of Jurassic Park to start here today. Start off with some of that, then we'll get to a little Marvel Strike Force, ISOs, trying to work out some of that. I may have time for a few minutes of Hunt before I head out here. Not really very much, but good enough time for a couple rounds. And then we'll have more tonight. Got to leave pretty early tomorrow to start off the busy week away, starting with the weekend, but yeah, we will make the best of it. And come back here shortly. So looking forward, all good stuff. Let's enjoy a little Jurassic Park to begin here today. Thursday fun, final day of September. September. Good stuff. Alrighty, let's enjoy some of that fun Thursday Jurassic Park. Take a look. Finished off. I'll be waiting for you, Dodgson said. Don't worry. On to chapter Malcolm. Malcolm's introduction. Shortly before midnight, he stepped on the plane at the Dallas airport, a tall, thin, balding man of 35, dressed entirely in black. Black shirt, black trousers, black socks, black sneakers. "Ah, Dr. Malcolm," Hammond said, smiling with forced graciousness. Malcolm grinned. "Hello, John." "Yes, I'm afraid your old nemesis is here." Malcolm shook hands with everyone, saying quickly, Ian Malcolm, how do you do? I do maths. He struck Grant as being more amused by the outing than anyone else here. Certainly Grant recognized his name. Ian Malcolm was one of the most famous of the new generation of mathematicians who were openly interested in how the real world works. These scholars broke with the cloistered tradition of mathematicians in several important ways. For one thing, they used computers constantly, a practice traditional mathematicians frowned on. For another, they worked almost exclusively with nonlinear equations in the emerging field called chaos theory. For a third, they appeared to care that their mathematics described something that actually existed in the real world. Isn't that freaking nice? Man, I hate math. And finally, as if to empathize their emergence from academia into the world, they dressed and spoke with what one senior mathematician called a deplorable excess of personality. In fact, they often behaved like rock stars. It's fun. Malcolm sat in one of the padded chairs. The stewardess asked him if he wanted a drink. He said, "Diet Coke, shaken, not stirred." Humid Dallas air drifted through the open door. Ellie said, "Isn't it a little warm for Black?" "You're extremely pretty, Dr. Sadler," he said. "I could look at your legs all day. But no, as a matter of fact, black is an excellent color for heat. If you remember your black body radiation, black is actually best in heat. Efficient radiation, in any case, I wear only two colors, black and gray." Ellie was staring at him, her mouth open. "These colors are appropriate for any occasion," Malcolm continued, "and they go well together. Should I mistakenly put on a pair of gray socks with my black trousers? But don't you find it boring to wear only two colors?" "Not at all. I find it liberating. I believe my life has value, and I don't want to waste it thinking about clothing." Malcolm said, "I don't want to think about what I will wear in the morning. Truly, can you imagine anything more boring than fashion? Professional sports, perhaps. Grown men swatting little balls, while the rest of the world pays money to applaud. But on the whole, I find fashion even more tedious than sports." "Dr. Malcolm," Hammond explained, "is a man of strong opinions." "And mad as a hatter," Malcolm said cheerfully. "But you must admit, these are non-trivial issues. We live in a world of frightful givens. It is a given that you will behave like this, given that you will care about that. No one thinks about the givens. Isn't it amazing? In the information society, nobody thinks. We expected to banish paper, but we actually banished thought." Hammond turned to Gennaro and raised his hands. "You invited him." "And a lucky thing, too," Malcolm said, "because it sounds as if you have a serious problem." "We have no problem," Hammond said quickly. "I always maintained this island would be unworkable," Malcolm said. "I predicted it from the beginning." He reached into a soft leather briefcase. "And I trust by now we all know that the eventual outcome is going to be. You're going to have to shut the thing down." "Shut it down?" Hammond stood angrily. "This is ridiculous." Malcolm shrugged, indifferent to Hammond's outburst. "I brought copies of my original paper for you to look at," he said. "The original consultancy paper I did for Engine. The mathematics are a bit sticky, but I can walk you through it. Are you leaving now?" "I have some phone calls to make," Hammond said, and went into the adjoining cabin. "Well, it's a long flight," Malcolm said to the others. "At least my paper will give you something to do." The plane flew through the night. Grant knew that Ian Malcolm had his share of detractors, and he could understand why some found his style too abrasive, and his applications of chaos theory too glib. Grant thumbed through the paper, glancing at the operations. Gennaro said, "Your paper concludes that Hammond's Island is bound to fail?" "Correct." "Because of chaos theory?" Correct. To be more precise, because of the behavior of the system in phase space. Gennaro tossed the paper aside and said, "Can you explain this in English?" "Surely," Malcolm said. Let's see where we have to start. You know that what a nonlinear equation is?" "No." "Strange attractors?" "No." "All right," Malcolm said. "Let's go back to the beginning." He paused, staring at the ceiling. Physics has had great success at describing certain kinds of behavior. Planets in orbit, spacecraft going to the moon, pendulums and springs and rolling balls, that sort of thing. The regular movement of objects. These are described by what were called linear equations, and mathematicians can solve those equations easily. We've been doing it for hundreds of years. "Okay," Gennaro said, "but there is another kind of behavior which physics handles badly. For example, anything to do with turbulence, water coming out of a spout, air moving over an airplane wing, weather, blood flowing through the heart. Turbulent events are described by nonlinear equations. They're hard to solve. In fact, they're usually impossible to solve. So physics has never understood this whole class of events until about 10 years ago. The new theory that describes them is called chaos theory. Chaos theory originally grew out of attempts to make computer models of weather in the 1960s. Weather is a big, complicated system, namely the Earth's atmosphere as it interacts with the land and the sun. The behavior of this big, complicated system always defied understanding, so naturally we couldn't predict weather. What the early researchers learned from computer models was that even if you could understand it, you still couldn't predict it. Weather prediction is absolutely impossible. The reason is that the behavior of the system is sensitively dependent on initial conditions. "You lost me," Gennaro said. "If I use a cannon to fire a shell of a certain weight, at a certain speed and a certain angle of inclination, and if I then fire a second shell with almost the same weight, speed, and angle, what will happen? The two shells will land at almost the same spot." "Right," Malcolm said. "That's linear dynamics." "Okay. But if I have a weather system that I start up with a certain temperature and a certain wind speed and a certain humidity, and if I then repeat it with almost the same temperature, wind, and humidity, the second system will not behave almost the same. It'll wander off and rapidly will become very different from the first. Thunderstorms instead of sunshine. That's nonlinear dynamics. They are sensitive to initial conditions. Tiny differences become amplified." "I think I see," Gennaro said. "The shorthand is the butterfly effect. A butterfly flaps its wings in Peking, and weather in New York is different." "So chaos is just all random and unpredictable?" Gennaro said. "Is that it?" "No," Malcolm said. "We actually find hidden regularities within the complex variety of a system's behavior. That's why chaos has now become a very broad theory that's used to study everything from the stock market to rioting crowds, to brainwaves during epilepsy. Any sort of complex system where there is confusion and unpredictability. We can find an underlying order, okay?" "Okay," Gennaro said. "But what is this underlying order?" "It's essentially characterized by the movement of the system within phase space," Malcolm said. "Jesus," Gennaro said. "All I want to know is why you think Hammond's Island can't work." "I understand," Malcolm said. "I'll get there. The chaos theory says two things. First, that complex systems like weather have an underlying order. Second, the reverse of that simple systems can produce complex behavior. For example, pool balls. You hit a pool ball and it starts to carome off the sides of the table. In theory, that's a fairly simple system, almost a Newtonian system, since you can know the force impaired to the ball and the mass of the ball, and you can calculate the angles at which it will strike the walls. You can predict the future behavior of the ball. In theory, you could predict the behavior of the ball far into the future as it keeps bouncing from side to side. You could predict where it will end up 3 hours from now, in theory. Okay, Gennaro nodded. But in fact, Malcolm said, it turns out you can't predict more than a few seconds into the future, because almost immediately very small effects, imperfections in the surface of the ball, tiny indentations in the wood of the table, start to make a difference. And it doesn't take long before they overpower your careful calculations. So it turns out that the simple system of a pool ball on a table has an unpredictable behavior. Okay, welcome Coco, how you doing? Was thinking about firing Left 4 Dead up in just a few minutes. Thank you for starting off our chat on this final day of September. Mr. Golden Dragon Knight from Gifted Subs. You have more than that emote, remember Coco, though that is the original one, so I can see how it is your favorite. But, yep, final day of September. Turns out, Coco, I didn't even know this, but for your 2-month sub badge, my 4 or 5 month sub badge for the highest Dragon Champions, I actually have a 7th month sub badge, so I've been affiliate for 7 months already. That's kind of crazy to think of, surprising, but good stuff, good to see you. How you doing today? Let's see if we can get a few minutes of Left 4 Dead in here today. If not this afternoon, then probably later this evening we can squeeze some in. I'll be back after a couple hours watching a movie with some friends on Amazon that is, and helping them with the Amazon Prime Twitch subs too. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that all works out fine. Okay, so turns out you can't predict more than a few seconds in the future, because almost immediately very small effects and imperfections in ball, tiny indentations of the wind table start to make a difference, and it doesn't take long before they overpower your careful calculations. So it turns out that the simple system of a pool ball on a table has unpredictable behavior. Your favorite? Oh, really? Yeah, there's a few others. Very nice. Coco, welcome and thank you for starting off our chat. Much appreciated there. Coco Knight, Coco Passion. Join our Jurassic Park just for a little warm-up. It'll be a little Marvel Strike Force. See if I have a few minutes for something. After that, the time is dwindling. Okay. And Hammond's project, Malcolm said, is another apparently simple system. Animals within a zoo environment that will eventually show unpredictable behavior. You know this because of theory, Malcolm said. If you're a fan of Jurassic Park, Coco, you'll recognize all these characters. Pretty cool. But hadn't you better see the island to see what he's actually done? No, that is quite unnecessary. The details don't matter. Theory tell me that the island will quickly proceed to behave in unpredictable fashion. And you're confident of your theory. Oh yes, Malcolm said, totally confident. He sat back in the chair. There is a problem with that island. It is an accident waiting to happen. On to Isla Nublar. We are actually arriving at the island. Next, guys, we shall enjoy some of that probably tomorrow from the beach house. Good mobile stream for Jurassic Park. Alrighty, let's take a little look now then. Thank you, Coco. Starting off the chat once again. We have our 5 gift subs, 7 gift subs, 7 month, first day of September, first week, first month, first time, first year as a streamer. So good fun. Good Coco, we have a good fun. Glad you could be here. Witness and enjoy some of that. I'll be right back, just a few minutes. Moog's not online, so. Bit of Marvel Strike Force for now. We gotta set up these ISOs in the Discord server, so. Marvel Strike Force, got it. Let's take a look at Marvel Strike Force. Discord here. We can put in the ISOs and such. And here we have BlueStacks. Say hello in global, I suppose. Alright. For our Targaryen fun, let's take a look. Do you guys want music, sound, preference? Not too loud, but. So we put things on here in the menu, and we figure out stuff with the Discord bot. We'll figure that back and forth. So the only one I'm really not going to mess with the ISO is Symbiotes. So let's take a little look here. Symbiotes are my main squad. I have my unique ISOs for them. We're not going to mess with that. But maybe X-Force to start, my second most powerful pretty much. At least it used to be in War before Heroes for Hire came out. Let's take a look here. I do like Deadpool's Stryker. But according to the bot, they actually do recommend Raider. So some people use Stryker, but more use Raider for the crit. The crit being more powerful on Raider. And applies vulnerable. The only one that is kind of silly, I was trying to keep her alive longer back when she was flimsy, is Fortifier for Negasonic. So we can probably take that out now that she's a bit leveled up and geared up. Fortifier, kind of shortchanging ourselves on more potential damage. So if we do Negasonic, that will be Raider as well. So understand her for being Raider. Let's see how much resources we waste from switching ISOs. At least hers isn't maxed out, for example. But if we do Raider for her, that'll be a little better. Fortifier, one of the least ones, but still a few hundred people use these other ones. But yeah, Raider seems like it makes sense. It fits for her there. So yeah, to level that up a bit, catch up from the Fortifier. Alright, so we use a little resources, but we got plenty. And the tier 2 ISOs have not quite gotten those enough in the store, or team isn't ready for Doom Raid yet. My alliance not quite there yet, so. Alright, X-23 with Skirmisher. Let's see how appropriate that is. X-23. Oops. Why didn't that work? Maybe because I didn't capitalize it? Maybe because I did capitalize it? What am I supposed to do here? Oh, that worked for some reason. Okay, so X-23 is Stryker or Raider. I have her on Skirmisher, which is to create openings. So yeah, probably a bit less powerful Skirmisher. She is max level, but it shouldn't be too bad. So if we switch her over to Stryker, same as Deadpool is at the moment. That should be pretty good. Let's check it out. See how much resources that takes. We switch her to Stryker and we level it up all the way. It's not too bad yet. So we just kind of switch those around there. No big deal. Good enough. And Deadpool still being at Stryker as well, even though the ISO recommends Raider for most players. I don't know. I like Stryker on him too. Alright, so that takes care of most of those. Let's check out Cable. I put Healer on Cable because I like to have one of each, the ISO mainly. But we don't actually have to have one of each. Cable, they recommend Stryker as well. So we just need people to make more vulnerable enemies, but Raider applies vulnerable, so maybe I should put Skirmisher on him. I don't know. Healer's okay, but we don't really need a healer in X-Force that much. I don't know. Let me look at Domino real quick. Figure this out. Yeah, nothing to get there. Let's take a little look. Too rough, not too bad. Try that other emulator. The combat will be smoother. BlueStacks is fine for the menus, but the combat is not at all close to smooth as mobile, so it's just kind of nicer to have the better one. Alrighty, so if we have that for them, Domino with her Raider as well. Take a little look here, what it suggests at least. Okay, so she's fine. So I have a little differences, nuances, but they are a pretty high damaging team. Don't really need a healer on them. So maybe just make a Skirmisher since I have a Raider. He has the splash damage with the overload at least, but I don't know, Psychic Surge, these other ones are pretty high damaging, so it recommends either Striker or Raider for the most part. Could do Skirmisher, but it seems kind of like a waste. So I'm thinking Raider then, just for the Psychic Surge for the most part. That big critical hit. Because Striker, if we do not have anyone to really make the enemies vulnerable, except for, well, now Negasonic and Domino. Before it was just Domino, so yeah, I feel like he should probably be Raider then, with the other ones being Striker. Yeah. Alright, Raider for Cable then, good enough. I mean, that's where I have my Carnage, for example, even though it's not widely suggested, I still have to try. Good enough. There's a little extra resources to switch them around, but you can have multiple instances of them in the squad list for, you know, different styles of ISOs and all that, so we'll see. Alright then, so probably no last minute hunt here today. Maybe do some of that good stuff tonight. Let's really be thorough with the Marvel Strike Force here in these next 20 minutes. Next 20 minutes, we plan out some more good ISOs, other squads and such. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they're working fine, the current ISO, I don't need to adjust them too bad. But you know, some of them would be better off. I just did random ones like Fortifire for Scream, Ultron, and Punisher. I just like they were so flimsy. I was trying to get them to stay alive a little longer, but if you want the really well optimized squads for their type of ISOs, you might as well do the most recommended one. I mean, this one isn't saying it's the guaranteed best one, it's just saying who uses it the most. But sometimes it is quality over quantity, not just how many users, showing what classes are most used by the community. Doesn't necessarily mean they're right, you know. Oh man, that's interesting though. But it's a good bot. There's a few other things like counters, I think. Isn't there counters and stuff? Let me see. Yep, all good, Coco. Welcome, welcome. Send me a DM with information. Cheat sheets. Oh boy. Counter. Huh. work. Alright, so these are the most annoying Heroes for Hire. The only real counter is Infinity Watch so far. So I want to take a look at my Heroes for Hire, the most annoying, broken defense squad they've ever added in the game for whatever reason. Just hype for the new Disney shows and Netflix shows. I don't know. This is a mobile game. Marvel Strike Force Kogo. Played for 2.5 years, leading my alliance, Targaryen Alliance. It came installed on my phone, but oh yeah, they already added two war slots. Scored bot. Oh yeah, you had to stop a mobile game. Also Coco. Yeah, it's hard to stay with them for too long. Which one was that, Coco? Interesting. Yeah, we still don't have Colleen Wing for this stupid broken Heroes for Hire. I got her to 77. Such an annoying freaking squad. I'm not even gonna waste the power cores on her because it's just so broken, you know. I don't care if her defense is broken, we just can't attack because of their Heroes for Hire. Last Alliance War was pretty much because of that. I don't know, maybe we'll get to some here, but I can always just do it later tonight off stream, or we'll be doing mobile streams tomorrow, so I probably won't do a mobile game stream tonight. Our last day on desktop streams before second week of October. Until second week of October. So yeah, apparently that's the only real freaking counter. It's Infinity Watch, and I do not even have Infinity Watch full yet. That's been the most powerful one in Arena and other stuff too. Idle game with neat music from the anime, and yeah, cool. I know you're into those type of ones, Coco. Good stuff. We'll see. Things like fun. Yeah, so you don't even have Moondragon or Adam Warlock. They're these like legendary characters, or close to it. Adam Warlock being the actual legendary, but only have the 3 out of 5. So don't have the counter, don't even have the full defense. Just the luck of the draw for the shard and such. Alright, well, we could look at more ISOs. This is a lot of Discord commands. Oh yeah, I like that. I have one Sidus for Android, actually, Coco, on my tablet. We may play that this week, actually. It's called Sidus or something for Android. It's a, yeah, tap rhythm game music, also like that. It does have all the anime and stuff too, so maybe it's similar game as yours, or pretty much the same, if not the actual one. That's funny. But yeah, we got that. That's funny. Alright. Marvel Strike Force. I don't know what other ISOs we should improve on. We'll just do one at a time, I guess. Start at the top, like Asgardian. I'll at least do my purple and orange ones. It doesn't make sense to do ones less than that. So for Hela, I put heal, powerful Hela. Let me see, I put heal, 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 heal. Okay, that's the one I did try all healers on. It's more defense, but you do use it other places too. I mean, they're pretty strong, but it would make more sense to optimize them accordingly. So, does it tell me the full ISOs there? That sucks. It doesn't just tell me the full list. I have to type them in individually. I don't even know what all these extra commands are for. Like, why would you even use those? Assign command allows you to organize raid lanes. That's okay. We don't do that. Looking for alliance. Strike command allows the alliance to manage expectations. What? What the heck is all that about? Let me see here. I have no idea what all this is. Strike information. What the heck is all this? Analysis. I never used any of these, so I don't really know. What do you mean roster? My roster? Roster alliance? What? Screw it. Weird commands here. Never mind. It's freaking not even sure what it's doing. Alright, never mind. I don't need it. It's fine. Okay, so we have to do them individually. We can't just do the full squad, huh? Farm. Gear, yeah, it's just little hints and things. It's just a guide, basically. But the ISOs is only for characters, not for whole squads, huh? That would be a little easier. For sure. Oh, well. We'll do it individually, then. We got Sif and Heimdall. Alrighty, then. Let's take a look at these, shall we? That's fine. All fine. It's good, Coco. Talk about those mobile games, tablet games, play some Crossy Road, other stuff. I don't know. We'll see what else we get to. Mostly some mobile streams, like IRL streams would be more fun though, so we'll figure it out. Good time, Coco. Alrighty, let's see about these Asgardians, if it's worth it to, yeah, switch over, probably. Use some resource to do that, but I guess I could always just switch the squads, use more power cores, use more blitz energy, stuff like that, just to make a separate ISO. And there's the arena one too, but you wouldn't really use the arena. So it's mostly just for blitz and stuff you would do that. Maybe some raids, I don't know. It's kind of a little too specific. ISO really made the game a lot more complicated. It's fairly new feature still, but before ISO it was just the characters and the gear. There was so much less to customize. Alright, so it recommends here Fortifier. Oh yeah, it's good, Coco. Would you like to say that in the chat now so everyone can see? Your preference of that. I'm just trying to have you give you the opportunity to chat here as well. The fun main chat room. The chill stone. Gonna be heading out here about 20 minutes, guys. So finish up some of this ISO. Back to more good stuff tonight. We'll just have a little off-stream intermission, getting our main raid tonight, I guess. Yeah. Our main dragon raid. We'll just get a mini raid here today. So tell me about those games. Coco never got Borderlands 3. What do you think of this game? This is similar to Borderlands, I believe. It's called Void Bastard. Yeah, Void Bastards. Oh yeah, I need to show it to you. Hold on. Coco. What do you think? Alright, we got Void Bastards. Pretty similar to Borderlands, I think. Play some more Bastards too. Alright. So, Striker on Heimdall, Fortifier for Sif. We can start with that, why not? Fortifier, since she's the tank. Makes sense to me. We tried all healing for a bit. It was good enough. Now it's time to go to the proper one. At least what most 9,000 players think is the best one. Oh, you do know that game, huh? Cool, Coco. I'm just upgrading this and give you the chance to show everyone that you know Coco with your beautiful golden dragon sigil. You can type right now, Coco. They will see. Pretty good fun in the chill stone. It's Dragonstone, if you know. Good fun. Whoops. Yes, Coco, you like those space games. There's that other one you would like launch through the space ships and you would try to infiltrate it and you had a bunch of different timing and tools and stuff. You hear that game? I kind of forgot all about it, what it was called, but it looked pretty unique and interesting. That kind of reminded me of it. Void Bastards. Void Bastards, funny name. What do you think, Coco? What do you say? What do you say? Trying to give you the chance to chat here in the actual chat screen since I don't have the chat board on my actual stream. I mean my live scene. So I want to give you the chance here while we're doing the Marvel Strike Force just to pop in there at least once or twice. So Coco, not sure. All right, well at least you are thinking about. I'll get back to Left 4 Dead tonight if you want. I ran out of time right here today. Yeah, just come in my Discord. That'd be the easiest place to communicate, coordinate. I know your internet isn't the best to do multitask things, but should be alright. Tried my old Discord back when I was first streaming. And I would close it. I get to play music and a less frame drop where we can, you know. It's pretty good fun, so keep it up, enjoy it, make the most of it. Have a lovely, lovely adventure here in the Dragon's Roost. Glad you're here. Got our beautiful gift subs. Dragonites. Good backgrounds, good things. For very first September ever as a streamer. Jumanji! 86, how you doing? Did I see you in Global, Jumanji? I'm trying to remember if I've seen you recently. I feel like I saw someone named Jumanji today. Must have been you, but thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Doing a little ISO stuff right here. Trying to... Character must be level 75, of course. I don't even have the cards. I have so much gold. I literally have 1.5 billion gold, but never enough training cards. I hate that. That's always the case with me. I could spend arena credits, but I'm trying to upgrade my main squad, the symbiotes, so... Oh yeah, I gotta put my other defense squads, but it's kind of too late to do that now in the current war. This update came like yesterday before the war, I guess, so we technically had time for that. So just coordinating the alliance. Okay, then let's see what else for. Yeah, it's still gonna switch them over. So yeah, Heimdall and his Striker. Enhance attacks, gain extra attack. Yeah, that works. You can do a little wave and open everybody. I don't know, seems good enough. It's what is recommended, it's worth a try. Can only switch back, we don't like it. And it doesn't take too many resources to switch over. Alright, so that takes care of Sif and Heimdall. Let's see about Loki. And Hela, Skirmisher and Raider. Yep, Hela being Raider makes good sense to me. Put that up there. Raider up. Just a few more. And Loki for Skirmisher. No. Yes. Okay. Yep. apply vulnerable. Hopefully that works out good. I mean, he's kind of the first character I go for when I attack a Asgardian, but if he creates some early openings, it might make the difference. Who knows? So yeah, over 9,000 compared to 5,000 using Skirmisher. It's worth a try. Getting good for that then. Not many upgrades. Alright, that just leaves Thor for his. Yep, just Thor. Thor being, of course, the big brawler, Striker. Extra attack. Alright, Striker for Thor. Only had him one level because I put this ISO back when it pretty much first came out, so good to get that updated a bit. No upgrades available for him. Or wait, yes there is. There's 3 levels of upgrade. Good enough there. Great. Alright, that'll do for Asgardians. Shall we move on to Inhumans or something? Inhumans or Brotherhood. I guess we could just do Defenders or something. Without Punisher. Yeah, it's good to keep them updated too, even though they're kind of not the best right now. Alright, let's see. Oh my goodness. Alright. Jessica Jones, Iron Fist. Alright, Iron Fist healer, makes sense. I had him on Raider because of the punch, but that's really not where he excels. Iron Fist is a little damage, but it's not compared to the main heals that he does, the OP heals, especially in Nonsense Heroes for Hire, which, I don't know, I should just go on the freaking forums and add to the complaints of that nonsense defense squad, my goodness. Alright, there's your healer. Upgrade that a little bit. Not bad, not bad. Whoops. Alright, how about Jessica Jones, Striker for extra attack. Alright, Striker. We already have it. Great. Daredevil. Have at Skirmisher. It recommends Raider. Definitely recommends Raider. Critically hit more frequently and apply vulnerable. Yep. I mean, he hits the whole team, so with his brawl, so yep, Raider, I would agree. Great. Go. See what those other costumes were. They added the funny Egyptian venom and stuff. I don't know what that's about. Let's take a look. Got Weapon X for Wolverine. Yep, silly. Logan. Weapon plus. Dawn of Exile Cyclops. New Beginnings demanded a new look. Leader change. Island of Krakoa. Oh yeah, I remember that. Comic versions. And this is Frost. Pretty much already seen that, right? Yeah, Invisible Woman, this one. So those are nothing new, but there was that weird Egyptian venom on the main menu, the covers, so not too sure where that is, but probably coming later. And that's the good Miss Invisible Lady. Invisible Woman. Yeah, pretty good one. Alright. Let's see what else here. Good fun. Good fun for that. Alrighty. Healer, Raider. Those. Setting up for this week away, I'll be playing it mobile pretty often, so. Alright, Luke Cage did say healer for him instead of fortifier. So, I can keep it as it is. That's fine. And Punisher, of course, he was so squishy for me so much of the time. Like, if you do Defenders versus Taskmaster, for example, the mercenaries, they just kill Punisher right away. So I did max up Fortifier pretty early for him, but it does recommend Raider for critical hits. So he might as well, I guess. Critical hit more frequently, apply vulnerable. He does so much damage that it's justified. If you can keep him alive, which he'll pretty much die anyway, though. He's just so squishy to people like Taskmasters, so it's a little switch over. That's fine. We had his bulletproof vest for a bit. Fortifier didn't quite do the trick, so we'll try what he's actually meant to do. His vengeful, vicious blaster. Alright. Let's try some Inhumans now. Got about 10 minutes before I need to leave, so we'll actually finish up with Inhumans. Get our quick raid in. And I'll just figure out the rest of this on our mobile streams. Can still use the Discord, you know. Switch back and forth. It's just a little easier to do it on desktop now, but I do need to get going for today. So we'll get our quick little raid. And we'll be back tonight, of course, to finish off. Good stuff. Good stream. Alright, so Inhuman besides Miss Marvel, I'm just going to type them out there. There's Karnak and Quake. And Yo-Yo. Alright, Yo-Yo Skirmisher. Had her on Skirmisher. That'll work. Crystal on Raider. Had her on Fortifier. I'm trying to keep alive. So, Raider. Sounds good to me. She has some pretty good attacks, so try that out a bit. Upgrade. No problem. Do. And Striker for Black Bolt. Had him on Raider for crits. That's also used, but still 14,500 people on Striker. It does make sense. So I would say that's a bit better, because he gets to do the revive, deny, and all that. So it's pretty good. I mean, he denies the cannot be revived. Yeah, just deny the revive, so it makes sense to have more attacks. Upgraded him recently. All right, Striker's good. Quake. I've got Raider. Instead of healer, yeah, I just was kind of doing one of each there again. Raider, critical hit, apply vulnerable, be good for splash attack. Oh. Good for Quake. And Karnak we had at Striker. While I recommend Skirmisher over Striker. Okay. So Skirmisher it is. So they recommend, might as well see it through. It's 6,000 people over 600 people, so pretty good. Yep. Good alliance communication. Alright, takes care of that then. Looking good, I believe. Yes, 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 yes. Alrighty. I think that will end that for now. Getting our raid here in a minute. Check our chat. We got some for a raid. Yep, Fave a lot. VIP coming in with alert. Appreciate it, bro. But pretty good fun for that. So we're back to that this week. A lot of mobile streams for Marvel Strike Force. And then we'll get the better emulator and come back as well. Play it a little easier because BlueStacks combat. We didn't do any combat today, but it's not as smooth as it should be like for mobile streams. So alrighty then, guys. Think we'll get in our quick raid right now. And back to it tonight. Just gonna go watch a good movie. Some friends there. And yeah, back to it very soon. So look forward to some good stuff here tonight. And I'll catch you guys just a little bit. Alrighty. Catch you then. Be back soon here tonight. Take care of a little intermission. Just do a quick raid. And we'll see you very soon. A little bit tonight. Catch you then, guys. I'll see you shortly. Be back soon here tonight. Take care of a little intermission. Just do a quick raid. And we'll see you very soon. A little bit tonight. Catch you then, guys. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
We
I
could.
don't know what
We
my
could
computer
definitely have. Oh,
identifies
Jesus.
as.
Everybody's just coming on in. Well, welcome, welcome. What's up, Ace? Thank you for the freaking raid. Force. Nice.
You
How'd
have
that
your
go? How was
God
your
mod in
stream?
chat.
Damn, she was quick on that. Okay. I was gonna attempt to do it, but Marvel Strike Force. Nice.
You
How'd
have
that
your
go? How was
God
your
mod in
stream?
chat. You don't need to do anything.
Welcome in, Raiders. Join the cult.
Huggables. The other recruitment.
Huggables in recruitment now?
Huggable deserves VIP.
I
She
agree.
said that.
Well, not just because of that. It's just like a bunch of people that are probably in chat right now are the people that I was talking about, like VIPing those, the people that are like there.